Hey everybody, so we continue with the series Insecurities, Have You Ever Been? And today, have you ever been a Peter? Have you ever been a Peter? I think the message, this message, I hope it would bring you hope that we're not perfect, honestly. We're not perfect, and one of the hardest things that people have to deal with is that they're not perfect, and they feel that God is always turning their back on them because they're not perfect, because they mess up, and that's not the God we serve. The God we serve is a merciful and loving God. Now, should you go out and just commit sin and live however you want? No. Then obviously there hasn't been any repentance. If you think you can get away with that, if you think you can live however you want, anyways, there's grace, then you haven't repented from that sin. But if once you've repented and you happen to mess up or you happen to slip up, there is complete forgiveness for you, and there is restoration. And we see it in the life of Peter, who walked with Jesus. If there was someone that was close to Jesus, it was Peter. And he thought, he was very zealous, and he thought, God or Jesus, I'm going to go with you till death. And even though everybody else might abandon you, I'm not going to abandon you. And Jesus is like, wait, don't make promises that you can't keep. I know you, you're human. And he's like, no, I am. I'm going to be there. And what did he do? He denied Jesus. And if you have it, go ahead and read it. In the book of John, chapter 21, I believe it was 15 and on. I'm not going to really get into it, but you can read it on your own, where Peter is a bit embarrassed, and he's kind of there being a little quiet, and he feels ashamed because he said he was going to even die with Jesus, and there he was denying him. And Jesus reached out to him, and just the way Jesus reaches out to you, and he asks, do you love me? He's asking you right now. You that you feel that you're not perfect, you that feel that you messed up, Jesus is asking you, do you love me? And as you might answer, Peter answered as well, yes, I love you. And Jesus asked him again, do you love me? And he's like, yes, I love you. And then Jesus asked him again, do you love me? And at this point, he probably is like, oh man, he doesn't believe me. But what we can gather from Jesus here is that he wants you to know that even though we mess up, he loves us. And when somebody asks you, do you love me? Who remembers puppy love, right? And when you're like so in love, when you're like a little teenager and you feel something for somebody, you want to know if they love you. So you ask this annoying question, do you love me? You don't say I love you. You ask, do you love me? And the reason that you ask it is because you feel it. I love you. I want to know, do you love me? And that's what Jesus was saying to Peter. That's what Jesus was saying. I love you. Now I want to know, do you love me? And that's what he's telling us right now. He knows we're not perfect. So if you made some mistakes, you have love, grace, and forgiveness in Jesus. And he's asking you right now, do you love him? And the reason he's asking you is because he loves you. So take some time to think about it. And just take some time to really thank him for that unconditional love that only he can give. God bless you, and take care.